What's going on, everybody? Today's the first episode of a series I'm very excited to start. Been thinking about doing it for a while, and I'm kind of bored lately. Figured I would start doing it, so this is the first video on the channel. This series is going to be called Criminally Retarded. It's not an offensive word. To me, retarded means you're just so stupid. There's nothing else, that the world can do for you. That's how I think of the word. Never use it in a derogatory term. And being criminally retarded is a huge issue these days, all right? There's recently a video that's very tragic, and I don't want to just make a joke of this situation because it's very awful what happened to this young woman. But I have to talk about it because it's a perfect thing, because this mistake that was made in this video is it's completely asinine. There's no reason that this mistake should have happened. I feel like even a very young teenager would have been able to pick up on this error. But maybe I'm just giving too much faith in the world nowadays. You know what? That's probably what it is. But I'm going to show it real quick. It's probably like the blurred version, just so you can see just how criminal this stuff is. And from what I've heard, these people were arrested, which good. You should be arrested for being stupid. But it's supposed to be murder charges. But even just charging them with being just criminally retarded is good enough for me. So as you've seen, when they grab this girl, they literally pick her up above their head. This is the first chance that they should have been able to pick up on it. So you're telling me you have a whole body above your head. You do this multiple times a day for your job, and you did not pick up that there was a cable there. That's what blows me away. And the one thing I will say is I guarantee you the reason that this happened is they don't have an actual checklist before they do anything. I could be wrong, but I just have to assume this is the only saving grace they have. But even with it, this is still pretty stupid. They don't have a checklist, so they probably have just done this so many times that it just did not cross their mind to check for this cable. It doesn't justify what they did. It's still about the dumbest thing you can do, and they literally just took away somebody's life because they did not want to do something as simple as check for the cable. That's the most important part. It's bungee jumping. How are you going to do bungee jumping and you're not even going to check for the rope? That's the only thing you need is the rope. That's the main thing. I've never went bungee jumping, and this is a prime example why. But here's the thing. The reason why I'm scared to bungee jump is I'm afraid something's going to go wrong with the cable after the jump, right? Like it wraps around my neck. There's all kinds of fears I have, or it could break, whatever it may be. Never in my mind, and I have high anxiety, people. So never in my mind did it occur to me that the people wouldn't even hook me at all before they just throw me off of the ledge. Okay, and most of them that I've seen bungee jumping videos, these people are standing there and they get a countdown and then they kind of jump unless they tell them to push them because they're too scared. That's all the example. I've never seen a bungee jumping place where they literally take two people and they pick you up above their head and you literally just get fucking yeeted off of the fucking bridge. Because that's literally what happened. They literally just yeeted her off. And it's kind of tragic to watch because her body just doesn't move at all, And I can only imagine what was going through this girl's head. And I don't even know. And I've seen people, they were talking about blaming her. Like, how did she not notice that the cable's there? I don't know if you've ever done anything that causes high adrenaline. But when you have a lot of adrenaline and you're not used to controlling it, all logic and process pretty much goes out the window. It really does. You're not going to remember to check the cable. You're assuming the people that are trained to do this job is going to check the cable for you. Like you would think. If you ride a roller coaster and the employees got to do all the checks, I'm not talking about just a restraint, but they got to make sure, the trains are working properly. Are you going to do all that yourself? No. What you're doing is you're trusting that the people who are trained to do this all day, every day, is going to do what they're supposed to do and make sure that you're going to be fine. So I don't see how some people are blaming this girl, because that's just not fair. And that kind of, you're kind of, if that's your logic of thinking, that might be another case of, criminal stupidity that we need to talk about for another time. But there's no way that this is her fault. And I can only imagine the complete terror in that last few seconds before she hit the ground. And here's the most tragic part about this whole scenario is apparently I saw this morning that she survived. Initially, she was alive. I don't remember. I didn't see it, which I should have read the article. That's my fault. I usually like to read things before I talk about them. But from what I heard, she did not die on impact. So I'm assuming maybe she got to the hospital. Maybe, I don't know. But the injuries were bad enough to where she ended up passing away, and they couldn't save her. And that is so depressing. And thank God they charged these people, because if these people didn't get charged, I swear to God, I'm getting mad, because there's times where, like, I've seen, or those amusement park stories, when somebody didn't put the restraint down and they sent the ride up anyway, and then people don't get arrested. That drives me insane, because again, that is your fault. That is your stupidity when you are doing something that involves, really dangerous stunts that if people aren't have the proper precautions checked, they're going to lose their life. You deserve to lose your life by going to jail. And I'm glad that everybody involved, I seen a number 6, I could be wrong, but I know at least the people involved are arrested and getting charged with murder, and good fucking riddance. Because if you are that stupid to make this kind of a mistake, I don't believe for 1 second that you really have anything positive to give to the world. I don't believe that you have any use in the world. I don't believe you're being a good use or a good tool to society. I don't believe that you're going to make the world a better place, because if you're so stupid that you made this big of a catastrophic mistake, you deserve to go to prison. And I'm glad they're going to prison. And honestly, I don't know what the law's like in Brazil, because this happened in Brazil, but it should be this way everywhere. When you commit crimes like this, your level of stupidity should dictate how long your sentence is. There shouldn't be a guideline for stupidity. If you do something like this and you cost somebody their life, you should get a longer sentence just for being stupid. Just for extra precaution. You should have to stay longer in prison just due to your stupidity. And that's what this was. And I feel so bad for this woman. I feel so bad for her family. I feel so bad for her friends. I feel bad for the people that were there that had to watch it happen. And that's another thing that I needed to talk about that I forgot until now. I heard people in the background, and somebody was recording. I'm assuming that was probably her friend. I don't know. Because there's a couple of different angles. So my question is, why in the fuck did nobody say anything? They could have been, because I think I was hearing a different language, so they might have been saying something. But it seemed like nobody was making a big deal about it until she got thrown off the bridge. I didn't see anybody freaking out. It didn't sound like anybody was losing their mind. Because if I'm there and I see a cable not attached to a person that's literally about to get thrown off the bridge by 2 fucking retards that don't know how to do anything, I'm going to be screaming and I'm going to be making a big deal. Okay? Like, I'm sorry. I'm screaming. I'm yelling, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Or do you not see that the fucking cable's not there? Because anybody that's at a bungee jumping place knows how bungee jumping works, and they should see that there's no cable attached to this woman. There's no cable attached to this woman whatsoever. So when you got a woman above your head like that, and nobody sees the fucking cable on her, fucking say something. Tackle them up. Well, maybe you can't tackle them because they're so close to the edge. But you gotta do something. You can't just sit there and watch. And then we gotta talk about, everybody likes to record everything. I find it funny that they were willing to sit there and record that shit happening, but they didn't want to say anything. I'm so tired of these videos of tragedies happening, and they easily could have been avoided if the fuck sticks didn't just want to record it because something crazy's happening. Because now everybody's brain is just so trained that when something's happening, they have to have the phone out. They have to have the phone out. I'm blown away by the amount of times I've seen videos of people getting attacked and the amount of onlookers who are recording it because they think this shit's wild. I don't see this every day. I only see it on my phone. So they need to get the clip of it. I'm blaming the people recording the videos too. They're also getting charged with being criminally stupid. They're all getting it. I'm sorry, there's no excuse. There's no way. I do not believe that not one person that was recording didn't notice the cable gone either. I don't believe it. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to end it now. I feel so bad for this girl. Everybody pray for the family. This was a stupid tragedy that did not need to happen. I'm glad these guys got arrested, and I'm glad they're going to get charged with murder, hopefully. Good riddance. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.